Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making the sauerkraut and split pea stew from the official Witcher cookbook. The ingredients I'll be using for today's recipe are 1 cup of yellow split peas, 1 large white onion that I've diced, 1 carrot that's been peeled and diced, 5 ounces of bacon that I've sliced into little 1-inch cubes, 1 clove of garlic, 2 pinches of caraway seed, 1 teaspoon of dried marjoram, 1 allspice berry, and 1 bay leaf. You also need about 1 1/4 cups of sauerkraut. And then for the water, you'll need 3 cups of boiling water, and then an additional 1 cup plus 3 tablespoons, so just cold tap water. Alright, these are all the ingredients, so let me go ahead and get moved over to the stove, and I'll start bringing the stew together. For the split peas, you'll want to wash these really well and then allow them to soak in just room temperature water for about 8 to 12 hours. I did these overnight, so they're ready to go. And to them, I'm going to add in the 3 cups of boiling water and the 2 pinches of the caraway seed. Once the water starts boiling, drop the heat down to low and allow these to cook on low for about 15 minutes or until they just start to turn tender. The peas have been simmering for about 15 minutes. They are starting to become tender. So at this point I want to add in about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Give that a good stir, and this is going to simmer for an additional 5 minutes. At the end of the 5 minutes, the peas get drained of any of the remaining liquid and just set over to the side until I'm ready to add them into the sauerkraut. While I'm waiting on the peas to cook, I'm going to go ahead and start cooking off the bacon, and I'll start doing that by adding my bacon to a cold pan along with 3 tablespoons of the cold water. The water is going to evaporate as the pan heats up. It's also going to allow this bacon fat to kind of render out a little bit slower. It causes less splattering, so you're not going to end up with a big mess all over your stove. And it also makes for, I think, a crispier piece of bacon. These are going to go for about 5 to 7 minutes or until the bacon just starts to turn brown. Once the bacon turns a light golden brown, the next step is to add in the onion. And allow this to cook for about 5 minutes. We're just looking for them to turn translucent and to start to soften up. Once the onions turn translucent, add in the garlic, and this is going to cook for just about 30 seconds, just until that garlic becomes fragrant. Right, that is good enough. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the heat on this and move it over to the side and allow it to set until I'm ready for it. In my Dutch oven that I have set on high heat, I'll add in my 1 1/4 pounds of sauerkraut, the carrots, allspice berry, marjoram, and bay leaf, and the 1 cup of water. Once this comes to a boil, lower the heat down to simmer and allow this to simmer for about 20 minutes covered or until the carrots are tender. Once the carrots are tender, add in the onion and bacon and the drained peas. Once that's stirred together, this gets covered and simmered for an additional 20 minutes or until the peas are cooked all the way through. The sauerkraut and peas have been going for about 20 minutes, and I want to go ahead and remove my caraway seed and the allspice berry. They've kind of done their job. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of black pepper here. When I was checking to make sure the peas were tender, I noticed it didn't quite have enough salt for me, so I am going to give it a good pinch of salt here. Now that I have the salt and pepper stirred in, I'm going to let this simmer just about 5 more minutes uncovered, just to allow most of that liquid to evaporate. I'll be serving the sauerkraut and split pea soup with a little bit of crusty homemade bread I made earlier today. Let's dive in here and try it out. It smells really good. It's been making my house smell really yummy for a couple hours now. I gotta say, this is a really good stew. I love all the flavors going on in here. My family and I have a love-hate relationship with sauerkraut. I love it. They all hate it. So I don't make very many sauerkraut dishes. But when I saw this one, I knew it had to go to the top of my list of must-make from the Witcher Cookbook. The caraway, I probably could have added a tiny bit more. I only get a subtle hint of it every once in a while. It can be an overwhelming flavor, so I was trying to err a little bit on the lesser side than overpowering it. I don't really get the allspice berry. I'd probably have to try it without it ever being added to see if there was actually any difference made from it. Overall, everything is really good in here. It's, again, a very well-balanced stew, and it's definitely coming in really nice today on this really cold, blustery day. Another really good recipe from the Witcher Cookbook. But that is going to be it for me for the day. If you guys have enjoyed this video, leave me a comment down below. If you tried this recipe out, let me know how it turned out for you. And as always, thank you all so very much for joining me today. I'm Bavvalker. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.